Our top story today, President Trump surprised Republicans and Democrats alike in pushing for several measures that would strengthen gun control. He even went as far as calling out lawmakers who don't agree, telling them it's because they fear the NRA. All of this as classes were back in session in Parkland, Florida for the first time since a gunman opened fire, killing 17 people. CBS's John Schumo has the latest.
Shortly after students from Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School sat down for class for the first time since the massacre 2 weeks ago, President Trump was talking tough on guns with top lawmakers.
We got to stop this nonsense. It's time.
During a bipartisan meeting with Congress, the president crossed both party lines and the NRA. He called for tighter background checks, asked the GOP to shelve a conceal and carry measure, and advocated for raising the age to buy weapons like the one used in Parkland.
It doesn't make sense that I have to wait till I'm 21 to get a handgun, but I can get this weapon at 18. I don't know. So I was just curious as to what you did in your bill.
We didn't address it, Mr. President. Look, I think
you know why? Because you're afraid of the NRA, right?
An NRA spokesperson said of the meeting that while it, quote, made for great TV, the gun control proposals discussed would make for bad policy. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle question whether the president will follow through.
Crossed everybody's mind. Is this the Tuesday Trump or the Thursday Trump? It's a Wednesday, so don't know. We'll see. I hope that he sticks to it.
I don't know yet whether that was just a performance or whether that is actually the new position of the White House.
Some big box retailers, meantime, are making changes of their own. Dick's Sporting Goods says it's removing all assault-style guns and high-capacity magazines from stores. Dick's and Walmart also announced they'll no longer sell firearms to anyone under 21. John Schumo, CBS News.
The president is scheduled to have another meeting on school safety today. For the first time this season, a Montana child has died from the flu. The victim, 10-year-old Chloe Lai. Chloe was a fourth grade student at St. Francis Catholic School here in Billings. School officials tell us Chloe's first symptoms occurred Sunday, and as they got worse, her parents rushed her to the hospital. She passed away Tuesday afternoon. Principal Deb Hayes says it has been a difficult time for everyone at the school.
In a community like this, we all gather together, and we've had an outpouring of people from the Billings community and our Catholic families saying, asking what they can do to help us out. And we want to reassure them that we're taking all the measures we can to make sure that everybody's going to be safe.
In speaking with Chloe's parents, Hayes says their main concern was how her friends and classmates were doing and making sure no other family has to go through something like this. Chloe's death is the first death here in Yellowstone County this flu season. So far this season, 32 people have died in Montana. To date, the state has reported 6,500 flu cases, with 649 here in Yellowstone County. Nationwide, there have been at least 97 pediatric flu deaths this season. Riverstone Health recommends it's not too late to get a flu shot.
Some people that have been immunized have gotten influenza, but what happens is a lot of times they'll have a much less severe case. It's often confused with gastrointestinal illness, which it is not. Influenza is a respiratory, upper respiratory illness. You get headache, body aches, fever, having the whole body just hurting.
And Bailey also recommends covering coughs, staying home if sick, and washing hands. On to court news. The man who kidnapped and killed Sydney schoolteacher Sherry Arnold is now accused of trying to kill a fellow inmate. Michael Spell is serving a 100-year prison sentence at the Montana State Prison. This new offense stems from a brutal assault at the state prison at Deer Lodge in April of 2016. Court documents filed just last week in Powell County allege Spell gave a lock to inmate Thomas Lanham to assist in killing inmate James Marshall. Spell allegedly held Marshall while Lanham beat him with the lock until they believed the victim was dead. If you recall, at his trial, Spell claimed he was mentally disabled and did not know his actions were wrong when he killed Arnold in 2012. Lanham is serving time for rape and burglary out of Flathead County. Now in Carbon County District Court, prosecutors said Thomas Schifferns committed a cold-blooded execution when he murdered homeless and disabled victim James McGregor. Schifferns pleaded not guilty Wednesday morning. Prosecutors believe the murder was a conspiracy to steal the victim's money. The victim was shot in the head and his body was left in a ditch on Highway 212 last week. McGregor was homeless and living with Schifferns up until his death. Despite his situation, prosecutors say McGregor had large amounts of cash that he kept in a safe. Court documents state the money in the safe went missing the same time McGregor disappeared. A friend of Schifferns told officers that he admitted he shot and killed a man as the victim begged for his life. During Wednesday's hearing, prosecutors said they expect to file more charges in the case and asked the judge to prohibit Schifferns from speaking to his wife, noting others are being investigated for potential involvement in the crime. Schifferns is being held on a $1 million bond. Meanwhile, the former Carbon County Commissioner accused of unlawfully using county equipment for himself was ordered to pay a fine. Doug Tucker was the presiding officer of the commission when he took $9,000 worth of county-owned equipment for his own personal use. Initially, Tucker was charged with felony theft, but pleaded guilty Wednesday to misdemeanor official misconduct. As part of his sentence, Tucker is prohibited from running for public office in the future. The judge told Tucker he abused the public's trust by taking the attachments for a bobcat and loaning them to friends. However, prosecutors noted that Tucker ultimately returned the equipment in better condition than he took it. In other news, social media buzz regarding Governor Steve Bullock and a possible presidential bid kicked up a notch. The online political magazine Politico reported Wednesday that the governor will travel to Iowa to campaign in the early caucus state. Bullock will visit the Hawkeye State between April 5th and 7th to campaign for Iowa Attorney General Tom Miller. Bullock launched a Big Sky Values PAC last July, a group Politico says is intended to help fund his national travel and political work ahead of the midterms and perhaps 2020. So far, Bullock has been publicly coy about a 2020 presidential bid, but he has not officially ruled out a run either. Elsewhere, the governor was on hand Wednesday to explain how $1 million in state funds will help implement community-based suicide detection programs. Montana currently has the highest rate of suicide of any state in the nation, a fact Governor Bullock says is unacceptable. Some of the grant money will be used to launch new evidence-based suicide prevention programs that will be available to emergency rooms across the state.
Montana has a suicide risk that is highest in ages 45 and older for adult males. What does that mean? That means if we don't intervene soon, if we don't get them to the help that they need soon, that actual risk has now become a reality.
They created an application that uses an algorithm that learns to try and identify the risk, the 72-hour risk for a suicide attempt. So the app, what it'll do is you hand this to a patient, the patient enters in answers to about 8 to 11 questions, takes less than a minute, and the application spits out low risk, medium risk, or high risk for suicide in the next 72 hours.
The new app that Dr. Arzubi referred to has been in trial use at Billings Clinic for the past several months. The next step, he says, will be to install the hardware for the program so it can be utilized at hospitals statewide. The $1 million in suicide prevention funds come from a bill passed by the 2017 Montana legislature. In news from Glacier National Park, officials have unveiled their preliminary concepts to the public for rebuilding the historic Sperry Chalet, which was destroyed by wildfire last summer. 4 possible options for the remains of the chalet were laid out before hundreds of people Wednesday night. The first option was to restore the structure as close to its original form while following new building codes. The second would restore the structure with as many historical fabrics from the chalet as possible while modernizing. The park says this option would best ensure that the chalet is well suited for the next 100 years. The third option would construct a brand new structure, and the fourth option would reevaluate how the Sperry experience goes using seasonal yurts or tent cabins, leaving the damaged structure as it is. Public comment is open on this until April 8th on the National Park Service Park Planning website. As February draws to a close, so does our One School at a Time competition for this month. It was a month full of creativity and great opportunities for students. Traveling art teacher Laura Walker walked away with the top prize.
On behalf of KTVQ and Cloud Peak Energy, we would like to present Laura Walker with a check for $2,000 to buy some mini iPads to assist in teaching photography. Congratulations.
Thank you. And again, congratulations to all schools that participated. Huntley Project High School will get $1,000 for a new common area audio system, and Shepherd High School will get $500 to purchase heavy-duty easels for its art department. Walker, the grand prize recipient, will receive $2,000 to purchase mini iPads to assist with teaching photography. The technology would allow students to view their work in a permanent online form.
We have finally pushed open the door to digital art, and we're going to be able to explore photography, the process of editing photos, stop motion animation, and also we're going to be able to add a digital portfolio to their lives.
And to nominate a school that you think could benefit from an award, log on to oneschoolatatime.org.